So welcome back here. 2013 PSP World Cup Open. 400 teams from all around the globe are here, and we're watching some of the best teams in the world about to throw down right now. 187 is about to play Los Angeles Ironmen, and what a game 187 had against Houston Heat. They almost beat the defending World Cup title holders from last season, but because of a few mistakes, they weren't able to do it. They lost by one. I'm Matty Marshall. I'm up here alongside Nikki Cuba and Chris Lasoya.
What up, guys?
How you feeling about this one, Nikki? Infamous, you guys are playing this afternoon. How you guys feel?
I mean, we came down for our week-long grind and just practiced damage, Russians, Ironmen, and the team feels really good. We're really hungry. You know, we want to set a precedence right off the break. Start out strong, fast, in your face.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you guys play this afternoon. Expect a lot out of you. Let's check out the game matchup right here. The Ironmen, on paper, a little bit better than 187 cRew, though the Ironmen have struggled this season, so this is a huge tournament for them and a proving ground for a lot of guys on that team. You're looking at the Ironmen on your screen right now, about to break out here. So the Ironmen, heavy guns, 4 guns up off the break for them. They streak out towards the Dorito side, but it looks like right away they lose Eric Humphreys out that center. So 187 cRew, early advantage for them as they push up into the center.
Oh, and now right there, Dan Zaleski gets shot out. Let's keep an eye on Marcelo Margot. He's our leader right now.
Yeah, Marcelo Margot's the top gun leader. He sits atop the statistical standings. And last year he lost it at this event at World Cup and ended up taking second. But look at this, bodies are getting traded back and forth here.
As you guys started talking about Marcelo, he tried to make a bump down to Dorito 2 and got caught cross field.
Big move by Alex Goldman. Mouse past the 50-yard line onto 187 side. And you do not want to just let open the gates for Alex Goldman to start pushing aggressively. And he's in really good field position. He's zoned up right now. Got Mike Paxton behind him.
Yeah, he's got the ball right now. Well, he did go trade out and clear out this snake side, but Dorito 1 just switched over, looking over on this side.
Ooh, Goldman just ducked away from one, almost caught one right there, but able to dodge that ball. So now Goldman again, like you're saying, Nikki, Goldman's definitely got the ball, but he's got to be careful here. He's evolved into quite the patient player when he needs to be, but he's got the big gun of Mike Paxton right behind him. A lot of pressure being exerted by Mike Paxton. That's what he does best. Shoots a lot of paint. Great monster gunfighter. He's definitely one of those players you want to have behind you, rolling that gun, letting you do what you can do. Goldman playing smart though, realizes they have such a big advantage over here on the snake side of the field now. You're looking on your screen, there's the last players left alive for the 187 cRew, stuck in those back bunkers. And not a lot of, you can see that center guy not putting any paint back, just kind of trying to live back there.
Paxton should be able to get some free kills cross field from the pressure applied by Alex Goldman. He should be able to see some loaders, some heads. Oh, he's going to take a bigger bite.
Big Mike Paxton.
So Mike Paxton leapfrogs past Alex Goldman.
And now he's going to work out Dorito 1 right there.
Well, that was a good move, though, since he made it, because now people are going to look at him. Oh, but it looks like Goldman caught one. So Goldman caught a quick one here, and then look at this move
nice
being made by, I think that was Craig Lazat?
That was Painter.
No, it was Eddie Painter. Monster move by Eddie Painter. Eddie Painter saves the day for upTon 187 cRew. And I was saying in the first game, man, Eddie Painter is one of the most heads-up guys on that team. You see him making big moves out of the backfield. So just when we thought that the Los Angeles Ironmen were in the driver's seat, man, Eddie Painter completely turns the tables on him. He takes out Alex Goldman and then able to run down Mike Paxton on that. That was an amazing bunker move right there. Stay alive. Yeah, heads up.
Because he went inside because he had the coaches. Coaches are letting Paxton know as well what's going on. And he just knew Paxton would be watching the wire for him just to trade out. And he did a heads-up play, went inside.
Phenomenal move by Eddie Painter to put upTon 187 cRew on the board. Also Nick Laval alive to get that. Let's check out this replay here. Eddie Painter, perfect, gun up the entire time. Mike Paxton had no idea that Painter was coming. And you can see, and he stayed in bounds. You can see it from this opposite view here. Look at this, perfect form. Eddie Painter keeps his gun up the whole time, takes out Pax, stays in bounds, and then able to dive in clean. And Nick Laval was alive on the other side of the field to help close it out, but it was pretty much Eddie Painter.
Yeah. They learned by their mistakes from the last game against Heat when they went out of bounds at a crucial point.
Well, that cost them the game. That pretty much cost them the game.
Well, the thing is that look at this. The Ironmen now in a situation where, look, we talk about this all the time. You got to win the high body situations. You want to win games out here in the Champions League. If it's 5-on-3, 5-on-4, whatever, if you're up bodies, you can't lose that point. So now, not only with the body advantage, but they also have the ground advantage. And the Ironman dropping the ball over here. Mouse gets shot out of his spot, and Pax gets run down. But it was just honestly a super heads-up play by Painter.
It was a heads-up play by Painter, but you know who dropped the ball was Paxton bypassing Mouse and not staying the back player in support of controlling Painter and letting Mouse do the work, close the field down.
I agree that he could have stayed back there and gone a little bit slower, but at the same time, Mike did not get Mouse shot out of his spot.
Correct.
You know, Mouse did that. So regardless, we reset. Both teams at full strength here. Oh, but Lazat getting shot out for 187 cRew. So now the Ironman with a slight body advantage. 4 players left alive for 187 cRew. You're looking at the Ironman on your screen in the red and black jerseys. Now Mike Paxton goes up into the center. And we're going to see that a lot. I really think the center is very playable. Oliver Lang played it awesome in their game against Moscow Red Legion. And now we see the big gun of Mike Paxton deciding which way he wants to shut down, because that's what you can do from that spot. You get up there in the center, you can lock, choose a side, lock it down.
Alex Goldman getting clipped as he slides into snake one. Eric Humphreys coming up behind him.
You know, and Alex Goldman has a lot to prove. He has, I think, guns on the line.
Yeah, that's right. Alex Goldman made a stats bet with actually Nick Laval from 187 cRew and a couple other guys. So
let's see how that pans out.
Yeah.
I think it's all a wash right now across the board, but
yeah, it gives up 2 and gets 2. But Nick Laval comes off early for 187 cRew, trying to get up and take out Mike Paxton. So right now, Mike rolling his gun towards the snake side, and only 2 players left alive. It's Matthew Jarula, who had an amazing point to keep 187 cRew in the match when they were playing Heat earlier on today. And if you didn't catch that game, that's a game you want to watch on demand for sure. That was a great game.
Yeah, I don't know how he just got past Mike Paxton's gun right there where he's posted up.
Well, actually, Mike Paxton actually took a peek on the Doritos side. Just what he did, he zipped right in the snake, and just as he looked back, it was just bad timing.
Hey, I think this Jarula kid's legit, man. I think we'll see. You know,
I was gonna say we'll see.
But it was impressive in the last game, and now he slipped past Mike, and now he's in the snake. But the cool thing is about what he's doing right now is he's still pushing forward down bodies. You know, I mean, he's looking at 4 bodies. He realizes if I get across to the snake, then now he's the last player left alive. So as Max Trailer gets shot off that Dorito side. So here come the Los Angeles Ironmen, going to try this game up, and they sneak a shot in on Jarula. And there's Mike Paxton, who is just ruling the center.
Yeah, McCormick finished it off the game, shooting out the snake player for 187, Jarula. And, you know, that was a more textbook play. You know, slow, methodical, coming down the field.
So now, looks like Eric Humphreys going to hang that flag up. And Eric Humphreys back on the squad, and they need him because Stephen Pitts is not playing for the Los Angeles Ironmen, as his school schedule was a little bit too hectic and wasn't able to make the trip. So Eric Humphreys didn't play the first couple tournaments, and then he had to take a break as well, get his job squared away. He did, and now he's back on the roster, and such a young talent hanging up that flag. Score is going to be 1-1 right now, 15-12 on the clock, and looks like Lauren's down with Paxton on the sidelines. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, I'm down here in the Ironman pit with Mike Paxton. Mike, you guys are really hungry for a win. I know you are. So is 187 though. Yeah. What are you expecting from them that you have to counteract again?
Well, I mean, really, we haven't seen them play that much because, you know, they were in the relegation coming up. So it's like, you know, I mean, man, I really don't know. You know, we watched one of their games, kind of went from there. But I mean, man, they're running around doing stuff. They won that other point. We were in every bit of their 50s, and they still won that point. So can't take them lightly at all.
All right. This field is aggressive on all sides. What is your best strategy to make sure you get those points running down the middle?
On the break.
On the break. All right. We'll see if that's what they do.
Welcome back. This game brought to you by PB Nation. Join the conversation. Go to pbnation.com. You talk about any type of paintball you can imagine. Every league around the world, all the teams, they got their own forums. Check it out, PB Nation, big supporter of the game. Ooh, looked like 187 almost jumped the gun, but they ended up getting a clean break. But the referee running out there to check the back corner bunker on the D side. He might be hit, and here comes a big bunker move up the center. Oh, nice job.
Stays alive.
That was
the
Greg
best part.
Lizotte. Hey, Greg Lizotte, man, he was having such a good beginning of the year until he had to come move away from the game for a couple events. But they got him back, man, and if he can play like he did at the beginning of the year, he's going to be a huge asset to this team. And what a big, huge bunker move right there. And we're going to see more of that. Once guys start, you can't let somebody have that center.
No,
you got to take that guy out.
You got to match him right away. You got to get him out of there because he's slowing down one of your sides. Go up there, bunker him, stay alive, or just trade out, but get him off the field.
Yeah, because he's sitting right there. There's no way you're going to get down the snake side of the field with somebody sitting right there, in theory.
Yes, in theory.
Yeah, it's just a tough lane to break. And that's why you got to do what Greg Lizotte did. So it's a great move by him. So now they have the 50 down, and 187 has the 50-yard line in the center. They also have the 50-yard line on the D side.
It's a 4-on-3.
See their top right-hand portion of your screen. Great field position for them. 4-on-3, like you're saying, Nikki. And 14:04 to go, all tied up at 1 apiece, though. And looks like the Ironmen do have. They got good position on this. Well, they got a player in the snake.
Oh, Eric Humphreys just gets shot out, filling.
Yeah, that's not gonna help out Alex Goldman. So it's just Alex Goldman and Marcelo Margot left alive over here for the Ironmen, one on each side of the field. So the veterans and the leaders of the Ironmen are going to have to try to pull off a 2-on-4 to keep this in the ball in their court.
And if there was anybody that's going to do it, it'd be these two.
Oh, look at that!
Called it.
And Greg Lizotte catches one in the center. I think that was from Goldman?
I think it was from actually
Marcelo?
Marcelo across the field.
No, I think it looks like Goldman
snapped up.
Yeah, Goldman snapped up, and he knew that shot and dropped the shot in on him. So Goldman and Marcelo.
And they're losing trailer out of the 50D. Now bring it back to a 2-on-2.
High body situations, man. And 187's not going to win games if they can't win these 4-on-2s. You know, there's no excuse for that. I mean, you're only looking at 2 guys, and you have 4 guys.
Exactly. I think the move was Zaleski was stuck in snake 1 shooting cross field the whole time while they had the 2 other 50s. He should have been looking to push up the snake to bring the guns and relieve pressure.
You know what that is? That's closing drills. You know when you do those closing drills where you actually set that up. You put 2 guys left alive and you put 4 and have the 4 try to close on the 2 in 2 or 3 minutes.
And, you know, Greg Lizotte's playing awful far off that bunker. I'm not Greg Lizotte, I'm sorry. Dan Zaleski's playing awful far off that back bunker because my mouse, Alex Goldman, will just step out 2 feet and shoot him.
Are you talking about Eddie Painter on the Dorito side?
No, I'm talking about, that too, and Dan Zaleski.
Yeah. Well, Eddie Painter just trying to go back and forth. And
Alex Goldman.
So look at this. Marcelo Margot and Alex Goldman just put it up, just handling business. 4-on-2 situation. There's no reason that 187 should have lost that other than the fact that they're a bit inexperienced now. You can see in those situations. And Alex Goldman and Marcelo Margot were like, okay, fine. I don't care if there's 4 of you guys. I know the shots. We know where you guys are. We're gonna work you guys out. Sure enough, Marcelo gets a shot on the Dorito, and then Alex Goldman gets a shot on that center, and then makes it a 2-on-2. And you could tell, look at the body language from both Zaleski and Eddie Painter when it went into that 2-on-2 situation.
Oh, they were happy just sitting there.
Well, no, they were off the back of their bunkers, not really shooting what to do. They didn't really know exactly which way to shoot. They didn't know. So, it's just it's a mental composure thing. And Marcelo and Alex,
inexperience, Alex and Marcelo have been in that situation many times.
Yeah, for sure. So just an amazing job by the 2 vets on the Los Angeles Ironmen, earning their stripes again. 11:40 to go. We'll be right back after this.
The 2013 season of the CXBL has officially come to a close. Thanks to all the players and sponsors for once again making the CXBL one of North America's greatest leagues. Stay tuned to buypbl.com on Facebook. The 2014 season is just around the corner.
I first picked up a paintball gun when I was 9. I used to stand around at the field and stare at the Ironmen players, hoping for a shot. I earned my way onto the team when I was 15. We won 2 world titles. When I blew my knee out for the second time, the doctor told me I'd never play again, but I refused to let go of my dream. I'm an Ironman, and paintball is my life.
So the score is now 2-1. Los Angeles Ironmen up over upTon 187 cRew just by 1. But man, Marcelo got 6 confirmed kills. If you got him on your fantasy team, you're a happy man right now. Mike Paxton, he's got 4. And, you know, so well done performance by both Alex Goldman and Marcel in that last point. Brandon Cornell is going to get a spin, the rookie for the Ironmen. Let's see how he does. The Ironmen are really going to have, they need Nate Schrader, they need Brandon Cornell, they need some of these younger guys to really step up. And right now the Ironmen and 187 cRew, both teams, 5 alive. Greg Lazat up in the center again for 187 cRew. Oh, but it looks like 187.
Drops Nick Laval off the Dorito side.
So Nick Laval coming off early, Lazat in a great position, and gets a great shot on Marcelo, trying to get up there on this snake or Dorito side of the field. And then here comes Mike. Mike's gonna have to drop the hammer here on Greg, and he comes around and does, and sacrifices his body to do it. But that absolutely needed to happen. So now the center's open.
Well, you said that earlier, Nikki. I mean, get up in there, shut him down, because he had already got 1G. I mean, he just ate Marcelo Margot to pieces. He was looking that way. In that process now, we should have got out here in the snake, the new up-and-comer Brandon Cornell on the Ironmen. It's a 3-on-3 still, but in the snake right now, here comes 187 cRew.
You know, Cornell, young guy, still a teenager, but highly touted. The Ironmen really have a lot of faith in this kid, and they think he's a talent that's going to be a big player one of these days. So, you know, that's up to him, though. They can only try to teach him so much. It's up to him to get out here and perform. Just made a great bump into the snake. Let's see what he does with it. Better field position, though, for 187 cRew as they're pushing forward now into snake 3, trying to get that crossfield shot on the D side. Almost did it, too.
That's Marcelo over there.
Oh,
he didn't get shot out yet.
it was Mike McCormick.
Yep.
Mike McCormick got shot out early, so Marcelo's still alive.
Great move from the rookie right now. Brandon Cornell comes down, bunkers out to Pike.
So now Brandon Cornell just chilling out in snake 2. 2 players left alive for 187 cRew, Max Trailer and Matthew Jarula, who I like what I'm seeing out of Jarula. So Jarula's still alive over here on the snake side.
Trying to get that cross shot on Marcelo right now.
Well, let's see if 187 cRew can pull off some low body heroics here. See if Jarula can get it done again. He did it before against Houston Heat. So he's definitely capable of it. Looking at Marcelo Margot, Brandon Cornell, the rookie here in the snake. Marcelo on the D side, and Eric Humphreys
in the back right snake corner.
So the game, this point slowed down a little bit. These last players left alive looking for their shots. Time starting to tick off. 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
Slowly down the D side right here. You can see D side camera number 33, that Marcelo Margot. We were talking about him early. One of the premier players on the Ironman and let the league as well.
Yeah, he's our Top Gun leader right now. So he was the Top Gun leader heading into World Cup last year, but ended up losing to Alexander Bernikov, who was his teammate at the time on Moscow Red Legion. I still think that's because he was played out of position, but we'll see if he can redeem himself here. Justin Cornell, yeah, nice job. Justin Cornell comes down and trades out. That's Brandon. That works, man. Now it becomes a 2-on-1 with Marcelo and Eric Humphreys left to try to take down Max Trailer. Max Trailer bumps out a bunker, moves up on the D side, but then he gets clipped.
Marcelo just roasted him when he was coming down.
And Marcelo, I think he has like a 5-pack, 7, maybe 8. Who knows? I mean, right now, but he's definitely.
He's got 8 confirmed here in the 4 points that have been played.
And the 4-pack came last game actually with him and Alex Goldman. So stat stuffing, trying to maintain what he has going on.
Well, you know, Marcelo. The reason why Marcelo is the Top Gun leader right now is that specific. To be the Top Gun leader, there's 6 different measures of stats that we take. And so in order to rank high in the stats, you can't just be good at shooting people, you can't just be good at staying alive, you can't just not get penalties, you have to do it all. And one of the things that Marcelo is really good at, he's very consistent, and he's good at all that stuff. He's good at staying alive. He doesn't shoot as many guys as, say, Fedorov or Damian Ryan, but he still shoots a lot of guys. And he doesn't get penalties. You know, he's that kind of real consistent guy you can always count on. Kind of like, you know, Nikki, Chris, we've talked about this over the years, but if you want to build a championship team, you want guys, I don't want guys that played a 10-1 game and a 2 the next game. We need those consistent guys that are always playing an 8 or a 9, because then you can really count on those guys. You can put them in a spot, you know they're going to do their job, not going to get penalties, not going to do anything stupid. And Marcelo is that quintessential guy, and he has been for 2 seasons now, pretty much ever since he came back off of that second knee reconstruction. I think that 3 months he was sitting there bedridden, not able to walk, was a revelation to him as to what was at stake for him, realizing, hey, I might not ever even play the game again, ever. And so he really has made the most of his opportunities, and you know, that's why he's the top player in the game right now. Let's check out this replay here.
There's Brandon Cornell.
Yeah, so Brandon Cornell off to the races. Look at great form from the rookie as he runs down and trades out with Pike. Pretty long run, too. But he saw the opening. And you can see it here from the opposite side. Comes from a little bit past the 50-yard line, launches, and just makes sure he gets those shots in on him. And Pike's like, wait, what? No, come on, I must have got a shot on him. Ref's like, sorry, bud. No, actually, no, it was Matthew Jarula, not Josh Pike. So Jarula comes off for 187.
All the way to Snake. I think that's Park, Danny Park.
187 drops 1 body. Ironman dropped 1 body, both off the Snake side. Oh, 2 now for 187 off of the Snake side. Big move for Ironman going down 50 Ds. And we have a major penalty on 187. It's going to end this point. Paxton's just going to get the flag and run it in.
You know, and a major penalty, as we talked about at home, signified by a red flag. That's 2-minute major, which means you stay in the box, win, lose, or draw.
Those are those mental mistakes coming from
187.
187. You know, the young up-and-coming kids. You got to make the mistakes now to learn from them. They're getting better every time that they're out here.
They are getting better. I love that team. I really want them to do well. I think everybody does. The issue is, though, is that you're out here at the World Cup and you're dropping high body situations, and now you're going down points. This is a big game for them. They had a really close one against Heat. If they came out, beat Ironman, that's a huge statement to the rest of the league. Hey, we came to play. But it's not looking good for them right now. Nick Laval in that penalty box for a little, now actually 2 minutes. And we'll be right back after this.
A&S Gear is having their World Cup Super Sale. We've got A&S pods for half off. A&S gas tanks starting as low as $99.95. We've got swabs so cheap that you can throw them away. You can get Nelson paint arriving at your door, $31.95. Jerseys, we've got them starting at $4.95. And pants, starting at $29.95. Shop now at ansgear.com and don't miss out on the biggest paintball sale ever.
Welcome back to the Fantasy of Flight here at Polk City, Florida, a little outside of Orlando. Manny Marshall alongside Nikki Cuba and Chris Lasoya at the 2013 PSP World Cup. Los Angeles Ironmen taking on upTon 187 crew. 2 minutes on that penalty clock. Nick Laval, the captain of the team, stuck in there. That major penalty he just got. So 187 crew going to be forced to fight with only 4 bodies here, trying to make something happen and get in this game.
I mean, certain teams fight better down 1 body. For some reason, mentally, they get tougher. They're like, hey, we got 4 guys, we got to get a G.
They tighten it up a little bit. I agree with you 100%. I mean, I know, looks like Mike Paxton got a shot all over the leg. So now it's a 4-on-4, it looks like. Actually, no.
Nope, 4-on-2.
Dan Zaleski taking the walk. And it looks like Eddie Painter, I think, on the far side of the field as well.
So we got Jarula and Trailer left. Alex Goldman trying to do a little bit too much. Gets clipped out of the Snake. So now this is another low body game, and we're seeing 187 pushing, coming down. And Ironmen are just, you know, complacent with sitting in their bunkers right now, rolling their guns because they have the lead.
You know, right now on your screen, you see the Ironmen just chilling out in the back. They're up 4-1 on 187, but here comes 187, number 3, getting in the snake. Matthew Derula having a standout performance so far, but down the other side of the field.
Mike McCormick.
Mike just running wild down the field.
Now he's going to get another freebie on Derula.
He is behind 187 in their corner. Watch, he's going to get shot in the back. Wow, what a run down the
Heads
field.
up play. That's why I like the Dorito side. You know, no coaching over there. You can do those sneaky moves, take advantage of it. And Ironman putting up another one on the board. Marcelo running it in.
Marcelo Margot stat stuffing.
Yeah, he's looking good, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's looked good for 2 years now, man. I mean, well, he's been good for years. He's been good since he started, but you know, Marcelo's just another. He's one of those success stories. You know, you're one of those stories too. It's guys that were really talented at a young age and got by on just kind of pure talent, and then really understood what was at stake, reformed their game, made a more complete game, and then just came out and dominated, won titles, and now he's, you know, one of those guys that, especially considering he's blown his knee out twice, and you know he's still really young, so it's just a cool success story to see him doing well out there, and they need to do well at this event. The Ironmen, this is a big game for them. It's their first game. They're playing 187, who just had an awesome game against Heat, and it was close. So coming in, they're probably like, well, hey, let's not take these guys lightly. They came close to beating Heat, and they made some mistakes there. So let's go hitting hard on this one. And Marcelo's playing great, and Ironman look really solid right now.
I agree. I think that 187, the last Ironman, the Heat 187 crew game should have went to overtime, in my personal opinion. Just the mental mistakes, like you said. But they'll tighten it up. They'll tighten it up.
Yeah, I think so too. So we'll be right back after this. All right, so the Los Angeles Ironmen dominating the upTon 187 crew right now. 6 minutes and 6 seconds to go. 4 points separate these two teams. And 21 seconds still on that Nick Laval penalty before 187 crew gets back to full strength. And Zaleski digging out for 187 crew. Back to the corner bunker on the snake side, and they send Greg Lazat up to that center again, try to shut down the snake, but not before Danny Park gets in there, and he gets past the little gap right there into notch 2 of the snake. Lazat decides to try to shut down the Dorito side now.
I'm a Danny Park fan. I mean, that kid can have some standout games, man.
Me too.
And he took a little break for a little while, came back in just swinging.
Well, it's crazy. He just took like a 4-year break. And then when he came back, he got right on the Ironman. He came out to a practice, a tryout essentially, and did great. And he's, you know, all year long looked pretty solid. And I think that if he continues to get his reps and he's got a great attitude about things too.
He is. He came back a lot smarter. He wasn't any taller and didn't look any different.
No,
he didn't at all. 4 years.
Smarter, and
yeah.
he has what you can't teach: speed.
Yes, without question.
Nope, you cannot teach speed.
And heart. He has a lot of heart, man. That's one thing I noticed about him. I spent some time with him, kind of playing around with him a little bit, and I love the kid. I'm kind of a fan.
Oh, looks like he got a shot cross field too.
Yeah, trailer. So it brings it down to a 4-on-4 note. And Ironman just dropped Nathan Schroeder.
Yeah, so Schrader coming off early here. So Danny Park still in good field position, though Lazat styling up in the center. Oh, he almost caught one,
Mike
though.
back, some big move, filling out Dorito side to even up the field.
Or he's trying to get out there. But
well, at least he bumped across, because now
that was big, yeah.
Lazat can't cut him down from the A over. He doesn't know that he moved over.
It shortens the angle that Lazat has from that center bunker for sure, which is important, because that's going to give the Ironmen a little bit more breathing room here. And also 187 making a move to snake 1. Eddie Painter trying to dip a shot in on Park.
Nick Laval coming up in the snake 2.
And look at Nick Laval. Nick Laval's having a really good tournament so far. I mean, he's only played 2 games, but God, I really like this 187 crew team. I hope they, kind of step it up a little bit and tighten their game up, because they do have a lot of talent.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though. I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. I have big hopes for Nick Laval. I know he's got more in him than what we're seeing out of him so far at this event. And he's such a talent that, you know, I expect a lot out of him because he's the leader of that team. He's arguably the most talented guy on that team, and they need him to be crushing people, you know?
Well, he has the ball right now. He needs to run the highway on Danny Park, get him out of there. I know that there's a back corner for him for the snake, but he's doing it.
Good call, Nikki.
And are they going to concede that point?
I don't understand that exactly.
Two guys.
Yeah, you see Painter's like, what's going on? Because it was Zaleski and Painter left alive. Painter is walking over in the pits with his hands up saying, hey, guys, did we really just concede that point? And
it was a 2-on-2.
Yeah, I think they had a chance. It was Marcelo Margot.
Well, maybe here's the situation. I think this is why they did it. And you could argue with this, but yeah, it puts it to 6-1. The issue is that even if it's 2-on-2, they have to score 5 points to even tie it up. With 2-on-2, those two from the Ironmen, they're just going to sit there. They're not going to do anything. And that's going to take probably a good 2 minutes off the clock, potentially, if 187 even wins that point. So you're basically, you know, and then it just doesn't leave them enough time. So I think that that's why maybe they're like, hey, it's not a decision I really want to have to make, but I'm going to concede this point so that we at least have somewhat of some time to put some more points on the board, even if it's just for point spread, because 5 points in 3 minutes and 19 seconds is going to be really tough to do. So we're going to reset here and see if 187 Crew can get back in this matchup. We'll be right back. Welcome back here. Beautiful day today. It is definitely starting to get hotter as the day progresses, so it's going to put a little bit more burden on the teams playing this afternoon. Sorry, Nikki.
187 only having 3 guys out there. Mental mistake.
You know,
I don't know how they do that.
Especially, I mean, when you these little points are crucial. We know. We talked about it earlier. The point spread is going to come into play later.
Well, hey, absolutely, Chris.
But don't concede that last point if you're not going to get all 5 guys out there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, hey, all right, well, you conceded the point so you could get back to full strength and get out here and have a shot to put some points on the board.
That's coaching.
And they only put 3 guys out. I don't understand. 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go. Ironmen looking like they're going to win this game. They've been dominant here.
Yeah.
Marcelo Margot, 9 confirmed kills. He's the leader for both these two teams in that statistic, really helping out his chances here to take that Top Gun title award home here for this year. So now the Ironmen, they don't have to do anything. All they need to do is get into their spots and let that time expire.
No, they'll be on the Ironmen call, lock it up.
I mean, it would help for their point spread to put another point on the board, but hey, a win's a win. Take the W. There's just no way that upTon 187 Crew is going to be able to put enough points on the board to contend here. So Matthew Derula and Brian Jenkel still out there alive. Matthew Derula, 6 confirmed kills for him. So remember that name. He's really stepping up as one of the main killers at this event for upTon 187 Crew.
You know, it
slowed down a little bit here.
You know, it's 6-1. It's, you know, the Ironmen are pretty content just chilling out in their bunkers right now. I mean, looking for 187 to make mistakes. You know, I think, honestly, when it's 5-on-3, I'd pretty much just run down their throat.
Right? I mean,
personally, but
either do it for pride or do it because you need to put at least one more point on the board to help that point spread out. You're not going to score points. I mean, I understand the problem is, you know, guys, it's 2 bodies looking at 4. So, I mean, every time they pop up, they're looking at just the tips of the barrel.
They just shot out all the 187 guys, just like that, together, going out in groups.
So the Ironmen, dominant performance here against upTon 187 Crew, who, in disappointing fashion, after that close game they had with Heat, really thought that they were going to come out here and give the Ironmen a game. They've beat the Ironmen before. 187 Crew has a victory against the Ironmen.
Ironman's rookie, Brandon Cornell, looked good.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he came out, he got in the snake, he got some kills, did his job, you know, ran down a guy, you know, being aggressive. That's what they need.
Well, they do have some depth on that snake side now, because if Brandon Cornell starts being somebody that they can get reps, in addition to the phenom that is Alex Goldman, and then also the super steady play of Danny Park, that gives the Ironmen a lot of weapons on the snake side. It's going to make it harder on Mike Him, the coach, to figure out who he wants to put out there. But at least, hey, that's a bad problem, or that's a good problem to have.
That is a good problem.
That's a great problem
then you can utilize Cornell, you know, on the snake and Danny Park, and now you can use Alex Goldman's talents elsewhere, up the middle, Torito side. Which gives you more variables. Now the other team's like, okay, well, it's not just, hey, they're just sending Mouse over to the snake. We don't know where he's going to go, because they got Park, they got Cornell now that's stepping up over there. Now, if Schrader can step up on the Dorito side, that's really going to help him out. Obviously, Marcelo's doing his work over there. Yeah. And Schrader got some kills. He did some work. But, yeah, the Ironmen look real solid. Also, want to keep you guys updated here. Tomorrow, we are going to have the premiere of the Planet Eclipse ETV's new series, The Roster, starring San Antonio X Factor, who's going to be playing this afternoon. Fascinating story of X Factor, a team that's won tournaments in the PSP before. They came out the gate, shocked the world when they first came up out of San Antonio, Texas, and then since then been a mid-level boss and really fighting hard to try to get out of that, break out of that mold. They took third at World Cup last year, so tomorrow during the lunch break here, we are going to have the roster. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see the finished product. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly. She's with the Ironmen on the sidelines.
Hey guys, I am down here with Marcelo Margot and Alex Goldman from Ironmen. Congratulations, you guys just beat 187 7-1. It was a really good win for you guys, but you've had a rougher season. Marcelo, how do you feel you have exceeded as a team and struggled as a team this season?
I think most of all what we've done is we've stuck together. We haven't really turned our backs on each other, at least the core group of the team, and we've really just tried to take the good from every situation and come out and do better. And as far as bad, we're just, you know, we lose those long points that experience teaches you, and I think we've really worked on that, so hopefully it shows this tournament.
Perfect. Well, you said you've worked on it, but Alex, what specifically did you guys do since Riverside to make sure you came out here and you got on that podium?
I mean, honestly, the biggest thing, communication. Because the communication across the board will help everyone. Even regardless of a coach on the sideline, you still need to communicate. You know, you never know if a guy on the Dorito side on your team doesn't know what's hot and you do. Regardless, talk to him.
All right, well, it seemed like it worked out well for them. Next up, we have Heat versus the Russians. It should be good. Going on right now in the Challengers field is Vicious versus Thunder. I'll bring you an update soon.
All right, so, man, we got a great game coming up next. Is kind of a grudge match, Houston Heat and Moscow Red Legion. And Moscow Red Legion was never able to defeat Heat in 2012, but they were able to do it this year, recently, too. So, and then Heat coming off that close one against 187 cRew. This could be a really good matchup. I can't wait to see it. Let's also look at the schedule for the rest of the day so you can see, cherry pick some games. They're all going to be good, though. Got a full set of awesome matchups coming at you this afternoon after we finish out the morning bracket. And again, next up, Houston Heat, Moscow Red Legion. There's a interesting relationship between these two teams because, you know, Moscow, 3 of the stars from Houston Heat played on Moscow Red Legion to start their careers, and then after that, good old Southern California battle. San Diego Dynasty taking on the LA Ironmen, and then Impact and Chicago Aftershock start the afternoon bracket. I'm Matty Marshall with Nikki Cuba and Chris Asoya. We'll be right back.